He's Stonebraker and he does stuff, yeah. Feel the hum of the wheels out there. Not perfect, but he dares to dream. Hit that subscribe, make that bell scream.
What's up, YouTube? Happy Easter. If you're watching this on Easter, because I am recording it on Easter. Today is Sunday, April 5th, 2026. And we are at 76.2 miles so far on the Victrip Titan. I have not reset the miles. I have not reset the odometer. I've not done anything like that. Still got 2 little green bars left. So this bike, 60 amp hour battery. I believe it promised a range of 180 miles. Let's bump this up to pedal assist 3 real quick since I'm on the busier road. But yeah, so I really need to get out, and we'll probably do it maybe sometime next weekend. And this van can't wait to pass me. But I think maybe next weekend, weather permitting, I want to see if I can figure out how to do a pure range test on this. I want to try to do it all one day. If that means that I have to get up at like 6 a.m. and ride the bike for 6 hours straight, then by golly, okay, I probably won't do that. I'm going to be honest. That probably ain't going to happen. But we'll figure something out so we can get a video. It's about 3:22 p.m. I've wanted to get out today a little bit earlier, but it's chilly. Don't let the suddenly blue sunny skies fool you. I think it just now reached 50 degrees, which is why I kind of waited. It's been in the low 40s today, and I think it's supposed to get in the high or the mid 50s. But that's not till later in the day, and I didn't want to get out at like 6 o'clock. So I was monitoring the situation like a true pro, and I thought 3:30 is as late as I'm going to get out, and it's about 50, so we'll make it happen. I do have like 5 shirts on. I got 2 of these like thin long sleeve shirts, and then I've got a bigger long sleeve shirt, like long underwear, and of course I got my cheap women's gloves on. So, and I got a hat on. Not the perfect riding weather for a Sunday, but it's also not the worst because the sun has just randomly came out, and it's not been out for longer than just a few minutes all day. So, like I said, I've been waiting all day to try to get a ride in, and I was getting antsy because I have not done anything the last 2 days. There's another dude on an e-bike, I think. So he's just as strong as I am. But normally on weekends, like I usually don't do a whole lot if I don't have anything going on. Sometimes I'll run errands and stuff, but like yesterday I had absolutely nothing to do, and it was just not the type of weather to get out. It was rainy most of the day, so I couldn't get out and ride the bike. And we are under a boil order. So they are installing some type of new like fiber optic internet in my little hometown, and I guess when they were digging, they hit a water pipe or a water line. So everybody's water was like poop brown Thursday, and then they fixed it, but ever since they fixed it, we are under a boil order. So maybe I'm wrong here, but I don't know if you can do laundry. This is what I was going to do yesterday, and I was like, oh, I'll do it today. But I can't remember if you're able to do laundry when you're on a boil order or not. So I figured probably not the best idea. I don't want to ruin my $3 t-shirts and my 3 pairs of jeans that I have. So this was all the clean, no joke, this was all the clean clothes I had, these t-shirts. All my hoodies are dirty. My t-shirts are dirty. I had a few of these, and I'm like, you know what, I'll just put some layers on and we should be okay. It's, like I said, it's like 50 degrees out, so it's not terrible. But it is Easter, so hopefully you guys, if you have like a family and you do the Easter thing, hopefully you got some eggs for the kids. Hopefully you put lots of money in it. Now, when I was a kid, when we did the Easter stuff, we always got money into the eggs as well. But unfortunately, all we got was like quarters and nickels, and if you were hunting eggs and you found an egg with a quarter in it, by golly, you were like a rich man back then. So, you know, hopefully you're the parents that had a little bit more money than my parents did and my friends' parents did. You know, put a dollar bill. You know, if you're living real large, you know, put a couple $100 bills. Hopefully the kids open that green egg and just pop out the $100 bill. You know, think of all the Roblox and Minecraft stuff they could buy with that $100 bill. If I just gave you the idea to do that, your kids get a $100 bill, tell them they need to send me 20% of that. I'm no hurry, just whenever, you know, whenever they can. But I wanted to give you guys an update, like, let me get through this little area. So I've not had any issues with the Titan. I'm really impressed just like by what you get for the price. I bought this going into it like I wasn't expecting crazy comfort. I wasn't expecting it to be quiet. I wasn't expecting it to feel like a super, super high quality bike. I was buying it because I knew it was a Cadence huge battery e-bike. And luckily for me, it so far seems to have lived up to every expectation I've had when it comes to a relatively cheap. I still can't believe that a 60 amp hour bike, even if it is very kind of basic like this one, I still can't believe that it is is less than $1,500. And with the coupons I had, I paid less than $1,200 for it. That it blows my mind. So, you know, who knows what the future will hold. It's very rare that I keep an e-bike beyond 6 months, let's be real, except the Mach Wheel Basalt 2.0, which we're coming up on a year on that. But, you know, you never know what happens. I buy bikes, I ride them and stuff, and then I see something else I want. And, you know, unfortunately, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not even a thousandaire. So I have to watch my funds. I just can't be buying e-bikes 3 or 4 a month, which, you know, if I win the lottery, yeah, for sure. But I've never won more than $5 on a lotto ticket in my life, so I do not see that happening. To be honest with you guys, this was not going to be my first choice. I don't know if I talked about it in a previous video, but I had it down between this and the Rattan LF. And I believe I still have the pictures from when I talked about the comparisons before. So we'll put those up on the screen so you can see. Wanted to buy red in both. Both of these bikes have the super low step through model that I have for the Victrip. But they also have like a step over version, which I think is really, really ugly. So I knew for sure I wanted the step over. I wanted the red. And I really wish I had decided to ride on this part of the trail, because I do not like these bumps right here. But I had decided initially that we were going to go with the Rattan, and I'm going to let you guys hear how loud this. You hear that? We're going to hear some more right here. Listen to this. Man, this bike could definitely use a rear suspension. Maybe they'll come out with which seems to be the cool thing now. All these bikes are like coming out with they're calling it like a pro. It's like, oh, this bike just came out, and then 6 months later they've got the same bike, but they add the word pro on it, and it seems like they're adding rear suspension or something like that. But I was gonna go with the Rattan LF Ultra because it was a little bit of a smaller battery. To be honest with you, I like the screen on the LF because I had never had that before. I know that shouldn't play a part in like buying e-bikes, but to me it does. You know, I want to buy I've had this display. Oh my God, I hate these bumps. But I've had this display on probably 4 or 5 bikes, and it's not a bad display. It's colorful and easy to read, but it's not, oh man, I'm gonna have to go through a puddle here. All right, let's see if we can go over to the right a little bit. Oh yeah, nice and softly through the pond. There we go, nice and simple. But I went to order the Rattan, and it was sold out, and it wasn't in inventory. And I think at the time it was $200 cheaper than this, but then I saw they had this on sale, and then I got that $100 coupon. So, you know, 79.5 miles into it. I have no regrets about buying this bike. Now I did just drop down to 1 bar. and I'm in pedal assist 3. I did change the pass levels, the strength of each level, so I kind of bumped some of them up, and I think I bumped pedal assist 3 down a little bit, so that's going to have a little bit of an impact on the range. As I've always said, when I ride, the way I ride e-bikes is typically pedal assist 2, pedal assist 3, which is usually somewhere between 15 to 18 miles an hour. That's my preferred method. Now, I will throttle at stop signs. And speaking of stop signs, if you're watching this, you see that stop sign? Watch what I'm going to do here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a complete stop. So people in the comments that are trying to say I don't stop at stop signs, I mean, I'm sorry if you're watching an e-bike video and that's your first comment is, you didn't stop at a stop sign, yada, yada, yada. But that's my preferred method right there. And I've always been able to get a little bit over double. Now that I think about it though, the bikes that I've done the range test on, I believe are the Ranger and the Mach Wheel. And both of those I got just over double whatever amp hour battery it is. But now that I think about it, those are torque sensors, so you're probably going to get a little bit more than what you typically would on a cadence sensor. But on this bike, between me riding it and my buddy I let ride it last Saturday, we've done a lot more higher pedal assist and a lot more throttle than what I'll ever do. So that's why I really don't want to like consider this a range test. Like I could just say, oh, we just hit 80 miles. So I'm gonna do like just a complete one when I got the battery completely full, and we will do 18 miles and below, 18 miles an hour max, because that's typically my range. And I really do think with the 60 amp hour battery, it is a cadence, but I really do think I should at least probably get, what, 115 miles at least, maybe 120, that's double. I don't know, we will see here. Let's go ahead and pass this dude. All right, should we stop for 30 seconds? Oh no, we're stopping for like 3. What I wanted to talk about though is, this will be the last time, I promise, I talk about these future bikes. In about 2 weeks, I will have the bikes I have talked about. So I also talked in a previous video about some things that I was thinking about doing in 2026 to the channel. Maybe just to like update some of the presentation and add some things to it. And I don't think I'm gonna do that. So the one thing I was thinking about buying is a Insta360. That seems to be the new thing that a lot of, there's junk everywhere down here. But that seems to be the thing that like all the YouTubers that, you know, do review videos all the time, you know, they've got the big pole that sticks out with the camera, and they usually have it dangling, or they have it from the side or in the back of the bike. And it just allows you to see everything. You can see the person, you can see all the surroundings. And I think that that is really cool. But I've also noticed that the video quality on that, I don't know if it's just the people that I've seen, but the video quality on that 360 Instagram deal just does not seem to be very good. And yeah, it's cool that you can like see different surroundings and stuff, but it's like, there's no way it's 4K. It looks really bad a lot of times. So I think I'm gonna pass on that. I thought about buying another GoPro and having it like facing forward. I've seen other people do that. Or I thought about buying another GoPro and attaching it to the back of the bike, just something like that. And what that means to me is that means I would just have another video file I'd have to edit, and then I'd have to try to work that into the video. And yeah, maybe other people want to spend all that extra time editing. I don't. My editing, my ride style allows me to get a video out a lot of times the same day, because I'm not having to go do a whole bunch of editing, which is why a lot of people, their videos don't come out until a few days after they ride. Oh, little doggy off the leash here. Oh, thank you. Yeah, hey. Tell you gotta love it though. When you got a little dog like that, you can just go out on the trail and just feel confident. He'll walk by you, and nice little dog didn't even make a squeak. And there's that tree limb still down. Glad to see that that's still ready to spear you if you're not paying attention. All right, let's go ahead and head up the hill here that I randomly named one time the Indiana Incline, where I have no idea if it's steep, I have no idea anything. I just like to give stuff random names, so we're gonna throttle up this bad boy. Yeah, see, this is definitely a little steep because I'm on pedal assist 5 throttling and we're dropping down to just under 10 miles an hour. What the hell? All right, well, welcome back to the Hardy Boys case of the magically not working GoPro again. So it happened to die again. Same thing it did about a month ago, and it had been working fine, so not for sure what happened there. So let me get my necklace back on here. Let's do another complete stop for all those haters. Completely stopped, and let's go. Yeah, if you guys have ever had a GoPro that will be randomly working and then it'll beep and then it'll say something like, your GoPro can't handle your current settings, please let me know how to fix it, because it did the same thing to me like a month ago and I've not changed anything in my settings, so I have no idea what's going on. You know what, let's, they're doing some work on the oh my God, did you hear that? Terrible. They're doing some work on this gas station, but I believe we can still get something to drink, so. One thing I recommend is to get a bag like this, and if you got a little zipper like I do, just randomly keep quarters inside of it, so that way if you ever get thirsty and you're in a small town and it has one pop machine, you can grab a pop, so. Oh my God. Must be digging up the tanks or something. Do they have it? Uh-oh. Okay, thought I got ripped off. $1 for a can of Yoo-Hoo. Guess you could say I was thirsty. That's crazy. Where have I been? I didn't even know this was going on. Let's get a good look at the bike just in case we want to use this as a possible thumbnail. All right, good enough. All right, let's get back on the Victrip Titan S 60 amp hour battery. And let's continue this super fun, super interesting ride through my small town in Indiana. So if you guys are aware of any torque sensor e-bikes 20x4, let me know. That would leave me with 4 bikes. I'm constantly looking around on my local Facebook marketplace as well. And a lady did have a Ingwe EP something, I think that's what it's called, EP2 or I don't know, but if I can find the ad I'll put it on a picture. I think it's sold, but that was pretty interesting. I think she wanted like $750, or he wanted, I think it was $650, and it came with a bunch of accessories, which I wouldn't use any of the accessories. I think the only thing I would probably use is the mirror, and to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't even use the mirrors he had. They were you had to put them on the handlebar. There's not, well, I'm not a big fan of the handlebar mirrors, and they were the bigger ones too. So I think though that when I do get the Victrip, I am going to be buying mirrors. But I think I'm going to try some new mirrors. I've loved these mirrors. I've kind of bought them the last 4 or 5 bikes, but I think I'm going to try to find a little bigger mirror, just something that kind of makes you feel like you're on different bikes. You know, if you ride the same bike with the same screen, the same mirrors, everything, oftentimes you kind of just feel like you're riding the same bike, just in a different color. So I might look for just a different mirror, something like that. So yeah, if you guys are like aware of anything like that, please let me know. Just kind of off the top of my head, I've looked at a few, like the Hovsco. I think it's a torque sensor, and then I've randomly seen some cheaper bikes that I don't even think they're torque sensors, like whatever this B is. I'll put that right there. I've seen videos on this Light Cross. I'll put something right there for that. And that's not, these are just the ones off the top of my head that I can think of. I've kind of gone back into random YouTube video for relatively cheap 20x4 bikes. And I've also kind of been watching some videos on a not so cheap 24-inch bike, which was the Hemingway D5 2.0. I'll put that right there. The mini version, I think, because the 26x4-inch version of the D5 2.0 had been in a competition with the Aventon Adventure 3 and the Victrip, because there for a while I was going back and forth on all three of them, and I was actually leaning towards buying the Hemingway, the D5 2.0, but they just released it in a 20x4, and if only it was cheaper. It's the same price as the Victrip, I believe, at just under $2,000. So unfortunately, I'm not paying $2,000 for the Victrip and then spend $2,000 on the Hemingway, the smaller one. Now, if it was like $1,200, yeah, I would probably hop on it, because from what I've read, it's basically just the 26x4-inch version of the Hemingway D5 2.0. Just in a smaller form. So I don't know, maybe I'll get lucky and like randomly in 2 weeks they'll drop the price by $700, a bike that just literally came out. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in that happening, but you know, sometimes in life you gotta think positive, I guess. All right guys, so I think we'll take a left up here and then we'll just kind of head back home and we'll finish the video. So I just ask, I know this video isn't like, it has a super interesting topic or any interesting topic at all, but just stay with the channel. And speaking of staying with the channel, so I noticed that my last video, which I posted on April Fool's, was the April Fool's video. By the way, I want to clarify that there was like 30% truth to some of that. So first off, yes, my parents were divorced, and I would go to my dad's every weekend, and I was bored a lot of times, and I would collect rocks. He also would tell us to dig to the devil. So he would give us a spoon, and me and my sister would go in the backyard, and we would just start digging and digging and digging. And then, of course, we ended up getting in trouble for digging too much. Hey. But never painted a rock. I've never had any interest in painting a rock. Yeah, hopefully that was pretty, I tried to like make it sound as realistic as I could. And all those pictures I showed, they were just ones I found on Google. So just to clarify, I am not a rock painter. I don't paint rock. I don't do anything with rock. Not in my skill set to be able to paint rocks. So just to clarify that, and if I offended anyone, or if anyone maybe didn't watch the whole video, because I lost 7 subscribers from that video. I have never lost more than 2 subscribers from any video that I've ever made. That lost 7, so I don't know if people got offended by it, if maybe somebody didn't watch the whole video, or they didn't read the comments. I didn't feel like it would trick anyone after the first comment, because I knew there would be somebody commenting about being an April Fool's joke. So for all you 7 subs that unsubscribed from that channel, if there's anything I could do, if you need me to write you a handwritten letter in beautiful cursive apologizing, I will do it. If you need me to send a chat GPT filled email with lots of important words, I will do it to really pull at the heartstrings. If you just want me to apologize on the channel, I will do it. So just leave your name, and I will make sure in my next video I give you guys a full apology. because I didn't think that would lose me 7 subs. So I had an original idea for last year to do an April Fool's video. I had bought some fake blood, and I was either going to do like a fake video acting like I got in a bad wreck, or I was going to do a video where like I was riding and somebody on a bike got mad that I was on an e-bike and they jumped me. So that was going to be the plan. And then I remember last year it was rainy, so we couldn't do it last year. And I still got that fake blood, and I got to thinking, I'm like, what's something I could do this year? Well, that was just the first thing that came to mind. I was like, what is the most random hobby I could say? And for some reason, rock painting was right there. Now, it was very close between rock painting and Tupperware collecting. So I was going to talk about how I've really gotten into collecting and selling Tupperware, and I was going to tell you guys, hey, if you need Tupperware, this is where you go. But then I just thought that even just kind of seemed a little bit too random. I guess rock painting wasn't random enough. But yeah, so I apologize for that. If you are one of the 7 people that left, come on, hit that subscribe button again. I've been mentioning I've been in a battle with a unknown nomadic Florida e-biker. And I believe at some point I got down to like 21 subs away from him. Now we were at like 65 a month ago, so I had caught up with him almost, and I lost him 7 subs, and it just, I'm afraid to even look to see. He's probably back up to like 50 or 60 ahead of me. So yeah, just my full apologies, guys. But hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Just kind of a video to get out and ride. You guys got to see me chug a yoo-hoo in like record time. I got to tell you guys a little bit about a couple weeks, what to expect with the bikes, what not to expect. I got to explain my April Fool's video, telling you guys that I'm a nerd, but I'm not that much of a nerd. And I've got to offer my sincere apologies to those 7 subscribers that left me. So if you like the content, subscribe. If you left and you want to subscribe again, I won't hold it against you. Just hit that subscribe button. But keep watching here. We'll probably have at least one more video during the week, weather permitting. Otherwise, yeah, we're getting very close. I've been talking about it since pretty much the beginning of the year, where the end of April, there was going to be some new bikes and stuff like that. And I don't know what's going on there, some work. But anyways, guys, thank you for spending your time helping me waste my time. I will see you in the next one.
I'm sorry, oh I'm sorry. The words just tumble